Today I'm going to be looking at something I've had an interest in learning more about since I started this channel basically, and that's the National Parks of Canada. This is looking at 7 Canadian national parks to visit in 2023. I guess that can be like any year, but tell me what your favourite national park is if you're from Canada. Tell me why as well. Where would you recommend somebody going to Canada for the first time visit, which national park and why? Yeah, looking forward to learning about some. If there's any that are not mentioned on this video that you think are good or interesting, tell me about them in the comments as well. Let's watch.
In this video, we share our top 7 Canadian national parks that you should visit in 2023. Let's go! Banff National Park was established in 1885 and was Canada's first national park. Also known as the Canadian Rockies, Banff is home to snow-capped mountains, endless views of lush green forest, and stunning turquoise lakes. It is also home to the popular Lake Louise. The list of things to do and see is endless. Banff has varying hikes of varying difficulties, historic caves and hot springs, and even museums. We've made a couple of trips out to Banff, and these are our top 3 favorite things in the area. First, a trip to Banff wouldn't be complete without visiting Lake Louise. Try early in the morning to catch sunrise or even wait around until sunset. Your visit can be short or long. In the summertime, you can rent canoes and head out on the lake, or if walking is more your style, hike the Lake Louise Lakeshore Trail. In the winter, get ready for some magnificent snowy views and step out onto the lake in your boots or even on skates. If you want something with a little less effort, sleigh rides are also offered. Our second favorite stop in Banff National Park is Johnston Canyon. This is a hike that is great for all ages, and you can also do it both in the summer and in the winter. This hike takes you through amazing views of a canyon all the way to a hidden waterfall. Now, this is a very popular trail, so we recommend trying to go early in the morning or later in the evening if you want to avoid crowds.
What is that, ice climbing?
Lastly, we love to just take in the scenery and stop whenever we see something that catches our eye. There is so many picturesque moments as you drive through Banff National Park, so even if you're not heading out to a specific lake or a specific trail, there's always something to see.
Okay man, so yeah, Banff, since I first seen Banff on one of the first videos that I reacted to, like, I absolutely fell in love with how it looks, man. I've never seen anything like it, especially with that turquoise water, the mountains. But I guess there's so much more to it. Like, this is just 3 things that she's mentioned that all seem very interesting things to do. But tell me what you like to do if you've been to Banff. And when do you think the best time to visit is? Is it the summer when you can do road trips and walk around these places and it's obviously not so cold, or winter when you like see the beauty of the snow-covered like landscapes? That must be quite magical as well. But what would you say your preference is for visiting, or when do you think it's best to visit these sort of places?
Next on our list is Jasper National Park. Jasper National Park is the largest national park in the Canadian Rockies. It is home to the stunning Icefields Parkway and the Athabasca Glacier. This is definitely not a park you'll want to miss. Much like Banff, Jasper National Park has an abundance of trails that let you explore the area. If you're looking for something a little more guided, the Columbia Icefields Adventure is a unique experience for all ages. You get to ride an Ice Explorer bus specifically designed for travel on the glacier. Once parked, you can hop off the bus and explore the glacier by foot. Pro tip, bring an empty water bottle with you to fill it up with crisp, clean glacier water directly from the source. Once you're done on the glacier, the adventure package also includes access to the Skywalk with a glass floor viewing platform for the most amazing views of the Sunwapta Valley.
Okay, like Jasper and Banff are probably the two I've heard most about in previous videos, so I don't know if they're like the two main ones that tourists visits. Tell me if you know about that, but like what would make you choose one over the other? What would you think is good about one compared to the other? If you only had the choice of one of those two, like what one would you choose and why? Like already what we see with these landscapes is like, the thing about watching it through a video is it looks beautiful, but it's only when you're actually in these places like you really get your breath taken away, like literally, because of the size and just how they make you feel when you're actually there. Like I experienced it when I visited like the north of Scotland, the Glencoe, for the first time. We were driving through there, we just kept stopping like every 10 minutes just to take photographs. It's like so amazing to actually visit these places in person, man. Like so lucky that Canada has so many like amazing national parks, man.
Glacier National Park is one of 7 national parks located in British Columbia. There are 2 amazing ways to explore the vast park: through the Canadian Pacific Railway or driving along the Trans-Canada Highway. The park has everything from amazing snow-capped peaks, active glaciers, and one of Canada's largest cave systems. During our drive through the park, we picked a short hike to explore known as Bear Creek Falls. The trail took us down to a small but powerful waterfall. We were also the only people on the trail the entire time we hiked it and got to enjoy its beauty all to ourselves. Glacier National Park has many different trails to choose from, something for beginners all the way up to advanced hikers. The park is also home to 3 campgrounds, so if you love to sleep amongst the trees, it's definitely worth checking out.
I don't know if it's because it's raining or if this is just not a popular trail, but this is 100% a hidden gem. It is gorgeous and you can get so close up to the waterfall. Look.
En mis historias siempre te menciono. A esa reina necesito un trono. Sin FX, mami, atento, no. Con esos besos, chica, me emocionó. Con tu beso y tu nivel, yeah. Sé que tú quieres conmigo.
Yeah, that is a good point as well. Like it's maybe with these other national parks, maybe there'll be like less populated or less people there, so it gives a bit of a different experience. What about Banff and Jasper? Like, is there times where it's too busy? Maybe because of the size of them, it's probably just never going to be like that congested anywhere, so it's always going to be a bit peaceful. But is that what would make you choose one place over the other? Maybe it's like just how busy the places can get. Obviously, when you go places like this, preferably it's like you want less people there so you can just admire like the beauty of the nature, and it can be a bit more peaceful and enjoyable. Yeah, tell me like what you think about that with regards to these other ones, plus the bigger ones as well.
Yoho National Park is one of our favorite parks found in British Columbia. It is on the western slopes of the Great Divide and is home to amazing waterfalls, including Takaka Falls. Takaka means magnificent in Cree, and Takaka Falls are the 2nd highest waterfall in all of Canada. If you don't have a lot of time to spend in Yoho, then the hike to Takaka Falls is perfect because it's not too long and it takes you right up to the base of the thundering waterfall. If you do have more time in the area, there are a plethora of other hikes that range in difficulty and allow you to see the other spectacular views the park has to offer.
That's crazy.
Located on the east coast of Canada, Cape Breton Highlands National Park is found in Nova Scotia. This stunning park is where the mountains meet the sea and is home to the world-famous Cabot Trail. This park has everything from amazing hikes to views from the water, the freshest seafood, and beaches with hidden waterfalls. Our top 3 most memorable moments at this park included hiking the iconic Skyline Trail Loop, which offers amazing views. This is probably the most popular trail in the entire park, and it's therefore very heavily trafficked. Our second most memorable moment was taking in the views from the water. We booked a full-day tour with North River Kayaking, where we tried our hand at sea kayaking, ate a delicious homemade lunch provided by our tour guide, and even found some fresh mussels for snack.
Nice. It's good to see the East Coast get a mention as well here. Whoa. You can really see the difference in landscape as well, and just the experience in general, I think.
Our third most memorable moment was the fresh seafood we found along our explorations, especially the most delicious freshly farmed oysters.
Jeez, I'm
This
sure they're
park
so good.
is a must visit in your lifetime, so if you haven't been there yet, we highly recommend putting it on your list.
Can't ask for more than that, just like the freshest oysters.
Fundy National
Beautiful
Park
surroundings.
is found in New Brunswick and is home to the world's highest tides. The change of the tides is something so unique to experience, as day in and day out the tides change by 12 meters or more. In the morning, you could be walking on the ocean floor, and in the evening, you could be kayaking 12 meters above the exact same spot.
Such an
The
interesting
park
thing.
also has many inland trails that lead to amazing hidden waterfalls in the Acadian forests. Point Pelee National Park is Canada's second smallest but most ecologically diverse national park. It is home to more than 390 bird species and 70 species of trees. And about 70% of it is actually composed of marsh, which is lined with cattails as far as the eye can see. This is one of the largest remaining marshes in southern Ontario. Depending on the time of year you visit, you might actually see things like frogs, turtles, muskrats, snakes, and various other insects when walking the marsh boardwalk.
Interesting to see a different type of national parks rather than those like rolling mountains and forested areas. It's just quite cool. Bit more unique actually.
The Tip Trail is a short 5-minute drive from the Marsh Boardwalk. This is probably the most popular trail in the park as it takes you to the southernmost tip of Canada. At the start of the trail, you'll find a lookout tower, and if you head straight down the trail, you'll end up at the very tip of Canada.
I've never actually heard of this place before actually.
If you're not afraid of heights, heading up the tower is a must. It'll give you a whole different view of the entire tip, along with all of the beautiful greenery and plants that surround it. If you're looking for a little more, this national park offers authentic camping. This is basically a unique accommodation that's a mix between an A-frame cabin and a prospector tent, all on a raised wooden platform. These allow you to stay overnight at the park so you can do more exploring.
That was interesting. I like how that was like, shows you the national parks, I mean from west to east there, like really covering the full length of Canada, and you see the changes in landscapes there as well, how they really look different. Even that one in southern Ontario looked very different to the other two as well on the other sites. So yeah, you got a lot of diversity with the national parks in Canada, a lot of things to do in each of them as well. I guess the ones that are most known are like Banff and Jasper, but when you see these other ones as well, especially the fact that they might be like lesser populated and less people there, less trafficked, as I think they said, it gives a good range of options. So yeah, tell me again, what's your favourite national park and why? Is there any like interesting ones you think a lot of people don't really give enough credit to that you think deserve it? Tell me in the comments. Thanks.